Prepper Basics, my top 3 ways to start a fire. This is Throttle Up Prepper. This is Prepper Basics, my top 3 ways, or top 3 tools to start a fire. Hello, I am your humble host, and today we're talking about fire.
Fire.
Where'd I go, baby? Hey, fire. A little copyright infringement, I guess, although in my world of radio, that's called something. Something I ain't worried about. We're just playing. So, listen. If the stuff hits the fan, you may find yourself in short order in need of a fire. Fire serves many purposes. Certain times of the year, in certain climates, certain regions of the country and of the world, it gets cold. You need fire to keep warm. Obvious one. You need fire in some instances in order to cook some food. Maybe you caught some wild game. You don't want to eat that stuff raw. Ugh. I mean, if you had to, you could down a packet of oatmeal cold. Not too tempting, but if you had to, because maybe you had concerns that smoke would draw unnecessary attention to you and your location if you were trying to lay low and keep things a secret, then fire may not be always the right idea. But sometimes, you got to do what you got to do, and you need to build a fire for warmth, for food, for signaling. That could be an option. There's plenty of other reasons to have a fire. For comfort, you may need to roast some marshmallows. I don't know. You got those in your bug out bag? Probably not, but if you're bugging in, you got to do something with those things. So anyway, some of this stuff is going to be pretty obvious, but I'm going from the perspective of ease of use. Being a blind feller, I like stuff that's easy, not too complicated. You will never catch me in the woods rubbing sticks together trying to make a spark. I'm not very patient. You're not going to catch me on a sunny day with a magnifying glass trying to, focus the light and make some fire that way. Not going to happen. And I know there's certain rocks you can, use as flint and strike and make. And I'm not that talented. These are probably skills I should have. And they may be skills you have or should have too. So there's lots of ways to do things just in case you're caught without your fire starting kit. But you see some videos and hear some guys talking and read some things on some blogs about carrying matches in little waterproof containers and different types of matches. To me, if that's your thing, go for it. They're light. They don't take up a lot of room. So, second thought, it wasn't on my list. Why not? Add some matches. Not on my list, and they're not in my bag just because, I don't know. You ever light those things? I'm not a smoker. I don't light matches. But you know what? I remember trying to get those things lit for fireworks when I was a teenager. And the slightest little breeze, man, if you're not, hunkered down around it, can blow them out real quick. So, what would I use? What do I use? What do I have in my backpack? Jack? The obvious lighter, but I don't just do the little lighters. Although if that's what you got, and that's what you want to use, go for it. I don't know that I would have been smart enough to pick up this, but found it in my Christmas stocking this year, and rock on. Kudos to my wife for thinking ahead. That's a whole lot of butane in there, and whoa, check it out, baby. It works every time, and that's a lot of fires you can start with that. I'm not going to go through this one and do a test. Common sense tells you that's a lot. So have yourself a nice lighter. Doesn't have to be a fancy one. I don't know what this thing cost, but I'm sure it wasn't more than a couple of bucks. And those little ones that you smokers use, those are pretty cheap too. So if you had to stick a couple of them in your backpack, just here's the thing: make sure, because I know on some of these lighters, the little thing that activates the gas is easy to press down, and you don't want that in your backpack being depressed and emptying out your butane. This thing is kind of a beast to push down, so especially with my manly man muscles. So that's not a real concern I have with this particular lighter. All right, another way is making sparks, man. And I'm not talking about the stones, but I kind of am. These little stones, you guys are probably familiar with these. You know, you can kind of use them to sharpen a knife, but really what you're looking for is on the edge here is a magnesium strip. You can use your knife to shave off a little bit of that, a little dime size amount. And some tinder is the way to go. And then you get your striker on this side. You just pull it along the edge of your knife, back of your knife, make some sparks. These things work when it's raining. It'll still throw off a spark that I hear. Again, I haven't tested it, but I'm told by people who claim to know, I think about 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So, again, you're not going to have any big issues starting a fire with something like this. It's light. It's tiny. You can put it on your keychain, although I don't. Just would be afraid of losing it myself, and I want it where I need it. And it's with my stuff in my bag, which is my EDC everyday carry. So when the zombie apocalypse hits, the EMP takes down the grid. Woo! I'm ready. Marshmallows at Jeff's house. No offense, but you're not invited. My marshmallows. I'm not a stingy fella, but I don't know. If there's no more Walmart, I might have to become a little stingy. And cheap. Did I mention cheap? I don't recall what this is price-wise. Had it forever, but I would venture a guess in the $10 or under category. I actually have a smaller one upstairs I should have brought down that was actually $11 and put out by SOG. It came with my SOG knife that I bought because I ordered it. SOG wasn't giving things away. So those are two. The other ones I didn't bring down because you guys are smart. You don't need the visual. And plus, there's something kind of wrong about a blind man doing visual stuff, isn't there? I don't know. Adventurous, anyway. But I also keep a Ziploc bag filled with cotton balls, 100% cotton, soaked, all mushed up nasty-like with the Vaseline, a little petroleum jelly. That stuff catches fire like nobody's business. That's good fire-starting material. Plus, if I were to give you a tour through my 511 Tactical Rush 12 backpack everyday carry, you would see that there are Ziploc bags aplenty. Number one, us blind folk need to try to be as organized as possible, otherwise we never find stuff. I just wish I could apply that to my house, and I'm always losing stuff in the house, but my wife won't let me put Ziploc bags on everything, so I'm relegated to the world of my backpack jack. So, they're good for organization and good for keeping stuff that needs to stay dry, but also in a pinch, if you had to, you have opportunities for water collection. So you got your cotton balls, you got your strikers, your magnesium strips, your lighters. These are some of my favorite things. And another thing I do not currently have in my backpack, and I have been told by people very close to me, admonishing me to add these to my backpack. I just can't seem to do it. I just keep feeling like I'm going to lose my man card, but I'm going to do it. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it today. Fellas, you got to add the dreaded tampon, a few of them to your pack. number of reasons, in case you fellas aren't aware. I mean, it's kind of in the realm of mystery for a lot of us out of necessity. Well, one good thing is if your wife is with you and it's that blessed time. Hey, my phone. Once again, I forget to turn it off.
Fox News. Chelsea Handler says Malay.
Fox News alert. Luckily, it's not the SHTF situation. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. When that blessed time of the month comes, you'll want that taken care of. So, I guess if your wife is not prepping, boy, oh boy, there's a reason for you to be prepping for her. But they make great fire starters. They're good tinder. Help you get a good fire going. They burn easily and well. And then also, heaven forbid, you are in a bleeding situation, taking a terrible fall, been in a car accident, attacked by lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Or gunshot wound, knife wound, whatever. There's a million things that could go wrong. They make for excellent gauze and helping you stop bleeding. Think about it. All right, so there's a couple helpful, handy-dandy little hints from your old pal, Jeff. So hopefully this video was helpful and just a touch entertaining and not exactly breaking any new ground, but just wanted to let you in on my world. It's all about easy, it's all about light, and it's all about compact. And all the things we talked about today fit in an itty-bitty spot in my bag. So use the comment section if you got some other ideas or better ideas, or you think these ideas stank out loud. Stank, is that a word? It's a word now. Then let me know. You've got some other ideas or some other little gadgets that are brand new in the market that I'm not thinking about. Or what if I'm separated from my bag? You guys might want to bring up some what for then. Maybe a link to a course on how to start a fire with sticks. I may need it. Hopefully not. But you use the comment section. I try to respond to everybody within a reasonable time. Keep in mind, I am legally blind, so if I miss you, don't take it personal. I will get back to everybody, hopefully, as quickly as possible. Give this video a like, support the channel. That way, help me get boosted up in the rankings so more people can find this and enjoy it. Really happy with the progress so far. If you haven't already, please use that subscribe button. Subscribe. And make sure you tell a friend, because whatever comes our way, I want you to be ready. God bless.